Let's open up the CATIA V5 software. The icon is on my desktop and I'm going to double click on it. The software starts to boot up, and once it's done, this is the window what I get. Now this window indicates that the installation has been done properly and all the licenses are active. I can choose to work from this window or I can choose to close it. I'm going to close it by hovering my mouse over to the far right corner and left clicking on this X. There are a couple of different ways to begin the sketching process. In CATIA, to start the sketching process, we need to access workbenches. If I hover my mouse over to the far left corner on the menu bar and left click on the start button, I get different options such as infrastructure, mechanical design, shapes, and so on. I'm going to select the mechanical design option, and then CATIA gives me the option to select workbenches such as a part design workbench or the assembly design workbench and sketcher workbench. I'm going to select the part design workbench, and as I do that, CATIA brings up the new part dialog box on the far right corner and asks me to enter a part name for my part. I'm going to enter plural site as my part name. Just below the enter part name text, there are two options, which are enable hybrid design or create a geometrical set. I can choose to tick them off or tick them on. I'm going to leave both of them off at this point, and I'm going to click OK. Once I do that, now I am in the part design workbench and I can begin my sketching process. On the far left corner, you can notice that the product tree, the first text is plural site, which is the name of this part. Now, how do I know if I'm in the part design workbench? If I hover my mouse over to the far right corner, there is the toolbar. And if I move my cursor over the first icon, CATIA will tell me that I am in the part design workbench. Now, this is one way to begin the sketching process. Let's look at another way. I'm going to close this window. If I go on the menu bar and click on File, I can select the new option, which is the Open the New Document option. And once I do that, CATIA brings up the new dialog box on the far right corner and asks me to select the type. Now these types are again workbenches, and if I scroll down, so there are types such as analysis, catalog, document, drawings. I can select the part workbench one more time and click OK. And again, CATIA asks me to enter a name for my part. I'm going to enter plural site again and click OK. And the same thing happens on the far right corner on the toolbar. If I hover my mouse over the first icon, again I'm in the part design workbench. I'm going to close this window. I'm going to show you one more way of starting the sketching process, and this is also the most efficient way of starting up the sketching process. So again, I'm going to go on the far left corner and left click on the start option. Under mechanical design, this time I'm going to select the sketcher workbench. Again, CATIA asks me to enter a part name, and I'm going to go and say plural site as the name of my part. And on the left hand side, you can see the text plural site, which indicates the name of the part. Now, the difference between the previous two ways and this way is that if I select a plane, as you can see on the screen, and left click on one of these planes, what CATIA does is takes me directly into the sketching mode, and now I can start sketching.